Hey, what's up, Eric? This is Steven. I spoke to you earlier. I know that you were talking about how you guys are primarily focused on the commercial side here, but you were planning on launching a GC business. So this would be relevant for that, but I'm just going to use your website as an example and the top electrical company as well as um, just to kind of show you what's going on here. Now, in this video, I'm going to show you three things that you can apply to this business or whatever website you're trying to rank. That when these three things are implemented correctly, you will actually start to outrank your competition, right? And get more high quality jobs. So just keep this in your back pocket when you want to launch that GC business, man. Just keep me in mind. So the three things I'm going to be going over are content, citations, and backlinks. Now, content is basically everything on your front page, really your entire website, but we're going to be primarily focused on your front page. Now, Google likes to see at least 1,500 words of content on the front pages of these service based industries such as yours, and it would be for GC as well. Now, this gives you plenty of opportunity to add in all the buyer intent keywords and key phrases that people are searching for when they're searching for your services. Okay. So as far as electrical companies go, I pulled up one of the main competitors here in Raleigh, and that's this Royal Electric, right? I threw them into a tool that I subscribe to called Ahrefs. Now, this tool pretty much gives me a behind the scenes view of what Google uses to rank websites. So their website is currently being found for 42 keywords, and it was clicked on 188 times just in the past 30 days. Okay. Now, your website, and I know you're commercial, so you're not really focused on SEO, but I'm just using this as an example. So you're not being found for any keywords right now. And because of that, you're not being clicked. So Google isn't finding you for anything right now. Now, what we can do is if you were trying to rank for residential, we could go over here and we can click on this 42 keywords, and in this it pulls up all 42 of the keywords that they're currently being found for. So we want to look at the keywords, right? And there's commercial in here too. So commercial electrician Raleigh NC actually got 100 search volume in the past 30 days, and they got clicked on 10 times. So there is some commercial stuff in here, like if you are interested in that. But we want to look at the keywords with the locations, right? Those are the ones that are mainly being searched. So electrician Raleigh NC was searched right around 300 times in the past 30 days, and their site was clicked on 37 times just for that keyword. But you can see how they add up. This is all the search volume for all this just in the past month. So if you were inclined, if you were doing residential, or if any of these were relevant to your services, you'd want to grab these and put them on your website, right? And a lot of people want most of these, so that's where the word count really comes into play, right? So if you have those 1,500 words, it gives you that opportunity to put in all those keywords in the amount of times that you need to put them in without it looking crazy, right? Because if you only had a small amount of words, and you tried putting all these keywords in there as keyword stuffing, and Google recognizes that, and they will actually penalize you for that. So moving on, we're going to move on to citations. Now, when people are searching these terms like electrician Raleigh NC, studies have shown that right around 45% of those people are going to be clicking on one of these businesses right here in this section. This is the map pack. This is your Google business profile. Now, most people are under the impression that it's reviews that are the main driver here that will get you up into this map pack, but that's not the case. It is a factor, and there's along with other factors, but that's not the main factor. The main push here are citations. A citation is your business's name, address, and phone number on a directory online, right? And now it used to be the more directories you were on, the better. So if you like whoever had the most directories, as long as their reviews weren't like total crap, they would actually rank up in here. But that's not the case in 2025. Google doesn't really care about the number of citations anymore. It kind of comes into play a little bit, but they care more about the source of those citations. And now the big thing is there's these three, we call them three major data aggregators. Okay, so keep this in mind. It's Data Axle, Neustar, Localese, and Forestar. And you can think of this as like think of it like a river. So these master databases are at the top of the river and they feed like this entire ecosystem, right? They're the ones that kind of tell your GPS in your vehicles and the maps on your phones and your voice searches that your business actually exists, right? And once you're like verified in these aggregators, it creates, we call it a trickle down effect, where it pushes your data downstream, like downstream of that river, to hundreds of other smaller apps, navigation systems, and directories automatically. Okay. And then once that's going, you actually want to manually build certain citations in what we call the core consumer directories. And these are the directories that actual humans will look at and the ones that Google trusts the most to verify your reputation. Some examples of these would be Apple Maps, Bing Places, Yelp, the Better Business Bureau. Some socials would be Facebook Business and Nextdoor. Then you have some niche sites like Angie and Thumbtack, right? But there's about 45 to 50, and you can actually use AI to type that in, core consumer citations, and it'll give you that entire list that you need. This is actually really good for AI as well because it's not just about maps. AI tools like ChatGPT and Google Gemini use these for data consistency, right? So if your data matches perfectly across these three aggregators and those core 50 sites, AI trusts you and they will recommend you. Okay, so that's maps. Now, underneath the maps is Google's organic search results list, right? And the number one spot here captures right around 40% of all the clicks of people searching these terms. Now, this is 45, but it's 45%, but it's split in between these three businesses. This is 40% all by itself. And the main driver here is what we call backlinks. Now, backlinks is essentially other websites on the internet that have a link on their site somewhere on one of the pages. Then when it's clicked, it leads back to your website. And Google uses these backlinks as like an online referraling system. Okay. The more relevant that this website is or these websites are that are linking back to you, the better. So, for example, say you have a local blog page or a popular industry related site that's linking back to your site, that's what's actually going to help push your website up in these rankings. But since you guys are an electrical company, say say Pizza Hut is linking back to you, very popular site, gets a lot of traffic, but it's not going to do you guys any good ranking wise because you guys don't sell pizza or really have anything to do with pizza. And the truth is, the more of these non-relevant sites that are linking back to you, it actually hurts you. Google will actually start dropping you in the rankings. Now, I want to go ahead and revisit our one of our main competitors here, and let's go back to this tool. And I want to look at this section here called the backlink profile section. Okay, so to be clear, it's through your content, primarily your keywords, that Google finds you for what people are searching for. So now that they find you, they got to determine where they're going to rank you. And that's all dependent on your backlinks, the quality and the relevance of the websites that are linking back to you. So our competitor currently has 111 backlinks coming from 64 other websites. They call them referring domains in here. Okay, so let's take a look at you. You have 7 backlinks coming from 7 websites. It's not necessarily about the number, it's about the quality of the backlinks that you're getting, the relevance of those websites you're getting the backlinks from. So we can go back to our competitor and we want to take a look at the websites they're getting their links from. So we can click on that 64 and that will bring up all 64 of the websites they are currently getting backlinks from. So you'd want to go down a list like this and grab backlinks from all these websites yourself, right? And there's two pages, like a page and a half of them. And if you were to do that, and this is dependent on if your content and your keywords are right at this point, this would actually take a little time, but it would put you in contention for the number one spot. Now, what would pretty much ensure you a number one spot is if you did that same thing with like the top 3 to 5 websites on the list. It would take some time, but you would eventually take over that number one spot, in turn getting all that traffic and getting more calls and jobs, right? So let's go ahead and recap what we went over. First thing is content. You want at least 1,500 words on your front page with the right keywords and the right amount of a lot of those keywords. Second is going to be citations. You want to be in the big three major data aggregators: Data Axle, Newstar, and Localese. And that'll push you down into a lot of the smaller apps and directories. And then you want to be in the core consumer directories as well. Lastly, are backlinks, meaning you need more relevant websites linking back to your site to show Google that you guys are the authority when it comes to electrical companies in and around the Raleigh area. Right now, like I said at the beginning, um, you probably don't want to do anything with this site, like you said, but if you do, you can do it yourself, or same with your general contracting site when you get that up. Or you can just, if you want, you can book a discovery call with me. My name's Steven. I live right here in North Carolina. You can respond back to this email or give me a call at 910-551-2006. Other than that, Eric, it was a pleasure talking with you earlier, and I hope you have a good rest of your day. Take care. Bye.